And it would seem the 1MDB saga continues to roll on. Today, IPIC and a subsidiary, ABAR, says the state-linked fund of 1MDB has paid a substantial amount of money to a company not linked to its intended recipient. Bloomberg TV Malaysia's Han Tan has more on this. So a statement issued by IPIC and a subsidiary today break down the salient details.
Okay, I think let's start with just reading IPIC's statement here. IPIC, so this was filed to the London Stock Exchange, and they say, quote, both IPIC and ABAR confirm that ABAR BVI was not an entity within either corporate group. Further, both IPIC and ABAR confirm that neither has received any payments from ABAR BVI. So the long story short here is this, 1MDB said that they had paid money to a substantial amount of money, billions, to a company that was listed in the British Virgin Islands. It's called ABAR Limited, or ABAR BVI for short, and according to this statement here, that company was wound out and dissolved in June 2015. So that's what 1MDB said. Well, that's what 1MDB said. But then you've got IPIC today saying that, well, guess what? That company, it does not belong to us. It is not a part of our group. So the question here really is, where did the money go?
Now, Han, we did get a statement from 1MDB this evening. In a nutshell, it says that it's curious that IPIC and ABAR waited so long to issue this statement, as 1MDB says that its records show evidence of ABAR BVI ownership and of each payment made.
Yeah, and it's interesting also because from this statement, 1MDB statement, they name specifically the managing director, Kadim Al-Kubasi of IPIC, and also the chairman of ABAR, Muhammad Badawi Al-Husseini, in his capacity as CEO of ABAR. So on one hand, you've got these kind of information, right? But then I refer again back to the PAC's final report from last week. The PAC says that there were not enough supporting documents from 1MDB. So there were questions raised, whether or not, ABAR BVI was indeed a part of the real ABAR and the real IPIC. Keeping in mind, IPIC owns about a 98% stake in ABAR. So you've got that Abu Dhabi state-linked fund, and you got its namesake, and obviously there is a missing link somewhere. Right now we've got what the PAC says, which is affirmed by what IPIC is saying, but 1MDB seems to be on its own right now. We don't know, again, clearly what kind of information that has not been passed on.
All right, and we certainly will likely hear more regarding this from either side.
Yeah, and I think it's important to know this as well, because IPIC plays a big role in 1MDB's debt rationalization plan. They gave 1MDB $1 billion in cash middle of last year. By June 2016, less than 3 months from now, 1MDB is supposed to transfer assets from 1MDB to IPIC as part of that deal. You get cash, you give us assets. So that if even simple payments like in the past did not materialize, then that certainly puts into question how this debt rationalization plan will play out, at least in terms of IPIC's involvement.
Yeah, and well, finally we hear something from IPIC on this matter, because it has been a long-standing issue regarding what ABAR BVI actually is in terms of ownership and linkages of that sort. All right, thanks, Han Tan, for the overview of the latest statement from IPIC on that.